Right, let's start today's session. In the last session, we were discuss basic introduction of Python. But that means what is Python, what are the features of Python, and what kind of applications we can develop using Python. We discuss. So Python is a programming language which is used to write logic part for application development, and it is a general purpose, high level, interpreted, dynamically typed programming language, and it is also a case sensitive programming language. Then Python is used to develop different types of applications, that is desktop applications. CUI means command user interface console applications. GUI means graphical user interface applications. Web applications with Django framework. Okay, web applications with Django framework. And this session is completely uh, belongs to Python plus Django. So first 45 days, complete Python will discuss core and advanced Python with object oriented and functional oriented, all those things. And next 45 days, we'll discuss Django framework, completely web application development using including some basics of UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, jQuery. And using Python, we can develop networking programming, data analysis. Yes, in our session, we'll discuss Pandas and Matplotlib and NumPy also, which is related to data analysis modules. And gaming applications, machine learning, AI, artificial intelligence, IoT, Internet of Things, DevOps, AWS, testing. In these all areas, we can use Python. And what are the important features of Python? We discussed in the last session all these things. Just I'm repeating once. So features of Python is simple and easy to learn. And Python syntax is very simple and when compared to other programming languages. And it is easy to learn and implement also. It's completely free and open source. Python source code is completely open to anyone, and you can able to customize your that source code also according to your requirement. And it's completely high level programming language. It is cross platform. It can be run on any platform like Windows, Linux, Mac OS, any operating system. Python programs are portable. If you shift from one platform to another platform, then the result will be same with Python programs, that is portable in nature. And Python is dynamically typed programming language. This also we discussed in the last session. Dynamically typed means while declaring variable in Python, you need not to specify any data type of variable because based on the value, whatever we assign value to the variable, based on the value, data type will decide implicitly. So as a programmer, we need not to concentrate to assign any data type, to define any data type. Only our focus is our values. Our values will be assigned to variables. Based on your value, data type will decide internally. And Python is most popular language nowadays because the reason is it's having huge standard library. Whenever we download and install Python software, you'll be able to get a lot of libraries which is related to different types of applications. These are all predefined libraries. You have to use these predefined libraries and you have to implement the application. It will be very easy for that. So you need not to write in Python completely from scratch. So just already built-in libraries are there as per your application development. That libraries you have to import it as a header files or namespaces, we can call it as, and through that you can extend your logic. So what are the versions of Python? Yes, latest version of Python is 3.9.6. In the last session, I told you this is the version, and I installed this version only. And I will show you once again how to download Python software and install it. Just wait. And Python was developed by Guido van Rossum. He's the man who created Python. And Python will support multiple programming language paradigms, that is structured oriented, functional oriented, object oriented. And the author Guido van Rossum was taken a name called Python from TV show. There was a TV show called Monty Python Circus, which was broadcasted in BBC channel at the time of when he started writing script of his programming language. So he took a name Python from this TV show and he has given working title of his programming language. That's what we can say Python. This is what we discussed in the last session, just basic theoretical part. Okay. And also we discussed in the last session how to download and install Python software. So I'll tell you for new students, just go to Google and just simply type download Python. Okay, download Python. When we click on download Python, you can see there is an official website for Python, www.python.org. You just click on this first link. Once you click on this first link, you'll be able to see this Python 3.9.6. This is the latest version. You just click on it. Within 1 minute of time, you will get Python 3.9.6.exe file. And after that, you just go to your download folder immediately. So look at here, this is the download folder. And you will be able to find here in this download folder Python 3.9.6. Let it be download and show clearly. Let's flip to Google, or else directly python.org also we can able to type it. No issues at all. Python.org. Now you can see here downloads option is there. I'm going to download this 3.9.6. Just quickly do it, and it's immediately it's downloaded successfully. After downloaded, then go to download folder, and you can see you are able to find 3.9.6 64-bit operating system executable file. What we need to do immediately to install this, it's not a big deal to install this Python software. Just double click on it and you can see in my computer right now, modify, repair, uninstall is available. But because already I installed in the last session, no, everyone knows that. But here already it's there in my computer Python, so that's what it is showing modify, repair, and install. But in your computer it will not show for the first time when we try to install, and we'll be able to get two options. One is install now, next one is custom installation, but I strongly recommend to click on install now. But before that install now, you have to activate one checkbox. One checkbox will be available in this window only. So that is add Python to environment variables or else add Python path to environment variables, that we can activate must. So once we activate the checkbox which is present in this type of window and click on install now and next install it. Within less than 1 minute of time, your Python software installed successfully. I'm not proceeding because I have already in my computer. Okay, so up to here in the last session we discussed. Those who are new to this session, please try to understand this. Now today I'm going to discuss how many ways to write Python program and execute. Okay, clearly you can observe step by step. And finally, which way I'm going to proceed in our sessions, you just observe. So as I said in the last session, first time when we download and install Python software, you will get a default editor. That default editor name is called IDLE. IDLE stands for what, sir? Integrated Development Learning Environment. Integrated Development Learning Environment. Okay, this is IDLE stands for. This is the default editors, but it is exclusively Python editor only. Python editor only. Apart from this editor, we'll go for PyCharm, or some programmers will go for Notepad and EditPlace and Visual Studio Code or Atom or Jupyter and Spider, and so many editors are there. Okay, but I'll show you what are the maximum possibilities to write Python code and execute, and which editor I'm going to use in our class. I'll tell you clearly step by step. So different ways to write Python code and execute. I'm showing now different ways to write Python code and execute. What are the first way? Using interactive mode. This is interactive mode. And next way, using script mode. And next, using Python IDLE. Next way is using PyCharm editor. PyCharm editor. PyCharm editor. These are the basic ways to write Python code and execute. First, I'll show interactive mode or interactive shell. As soon as when we download Python software and install, you will be able to get by default IDLE software only. So whenever we go to search and type IDLE in the search box, now you can see you're able to see IDLE of Python here. So as soon as when we click on this icon IDLE, then you will be able to get one window. That window is called interactive window. Interactive shell also we can call it as interactive window or interactive shell. Look at here, I am getting interactive window here. IDLE shell 3.9.6. This is my interactive window. Here in this interactive window, you just interact with this window by typing your Python script and then press enter, your output will be ready. No need to write complete Python programs and no need to save it anywhere. Just interact as usual while typing script and it will be give output only by pressing enter. Suppose there are basic commands are there here. Help is there. Help is a built-in function in Python. To get help of any object of Python, you will use this help. In coming session, you will come to know how to get this help. And if you want to see the copyrights, then type copyright here. Copyright, just this command, you can type copyright. So copyright is not correct way, that is, there is a spelling mistake is there. Just be careful for that. So I'm typing copyright, copyright is coming. If you want to know that license information of this LICE license, then you can go with license information. History of software or all those things like this. Python was created in the early 90s by Guido van Rossum. Okay, so there are complete history we can able to see. So let's close it once, or else you can clear also. Let me reopen just for knowing this how to open again. Ideally, and open it. As soon as when we click on ideally, you'll be able to see this interactive shell. This is interactive window. Now type anything, whatever you want. Just I want to say hello, then press enter. Your output is available. Here no need to use print statement. If you want to use print function, then you can use print. Print. I'm writing here. Welcome to Durgasoft. I'm just writing my statement. Welcome to Durgasoft. Then press enter. Look at here. There is a error. What is that? So end of line while scanning string literal. Actually, there is a mistake. You can see this print. Here we have to use double quotes or single quote. Welcome to Durgasoft. I'm taking. Welcome to Durgasoft. Then after that, press enter. We got this successful result. Look at here. I did some mistake here. Single quote is there and double quote is there actually. Okay. Including print function is optional. Print is the output function which you want to display to the end user. Okay, and without what we can say print function also, we can do it like this only with Durgasoft. Here print is optional, not compulsory. And how to declare variable? Okay, you can see int a equals to 100. Is this right way to declare variable in Python? No, sir. It's not. It will give error. You can see syntax error is giving invalid syntax. Why it will give syntax error here? Because as I said that in the last session clearly, Python is a dynamically typed programming language. In Python programming, whenever we declare variable and don't specify any data type of variable, only just focus on your variable and assign the value. And if you want to print the value, then press enter A and press enter, we got this 100 value. But what about data type this? Yes, it is a dynamically typed programming language. So based on your value, data type will be assigned for A. Who will assign? Python internally will assign. As a programmer, if you want to know what type of data type is assigned for your variable, then you can go for type of A. Here integer type. Type is a built-in function to know the data type of your variable. And at the same time, A value 23.4 I'm taking. I want to know type of my date variable, type of a float only like this. Okay. So this is what actually interactive shell or interactive window. This is one way to write Python code and execute. This is the way to do this. Let's close it. Then there is one more way is there, sir. What is that? Script mode. Script mode in the sense what? You can use any editor like Notepad, Notepad++, Sublime editor, any editor. In the script mode, you must and should write your complete script. How much code you want to write, total programming script you have to write, and make sure that you should save your file with the .py extension. .py extension is nothing but Python file, that is. In the script mode, you have to write complete script with the .py extension only. Let me open Notepad, but don't go for Notepad writing code, because in the initial stage there are some maximum, there is a chance to get so many mistakes in the Notepad only. So I'll tell you what is the problem actually. I'm opening Notepad. I want to write my Python script here. Just print. I'm saying hello Hyderabad. Hello Hyderabad. I'm taking. This is my script. But do you think is it Python code? No, right now it's not. But when it will become Python code, whenever you save this file menu, click on save, and I'm choosing desktop actually for convenient way to access. Now you can see I'm giving my file name is test.py. Py extension is must and should use, and click on save it. Now it will be a Python file. Yes, Python program. You can see logo is clearly indicate that this is a Python file. Where it is there in my desktop, it is there. So this is what script mode. Script mode means you can write as much as code according to your requirement. Then you can save it with the .py extension, and after that py extension, .py extension, it is ready to execute. But here, how I can execute this? There are two options again. Okay, your script is ready, your script file is ready, but how I can execute these? Two options are there. Option number one, using Python IDLE software. Option number two, using command prompt. Let me show you IDLE software through. Yes, we have already IDLE software. Let's go to search and type IDLE, and again you can open it. So as soon as when we click on this, again same interactive shell window will open, but I don't want right here because already I have a file, script file with me, that I want to open it. How to open that script file here? Yes. So to open that script file, go to file menu, click on open, and go to desktop where your is located, and I'm selecting this test.py file and just click on open, and automatically what script you have written previously, that is opening in the IDLE format. Okay, IDLE format. Then after that, what we need to do, click on run and click on module or F5. Click on run module, F5, or else from your keyboard you can press F5, then automatically it will be run. So press run module, then you got an output clearly, it executed here. Okay, you got output here, it's executed clearly here. Okay, yeah, just wait. Mr. Mohammed, please on your mic. I think so you have not. Okay, yes. Now you got this output here, hello Hyderabad. So this is the way to write your script file and save with the .py extension and load into IDLE software. One option is okay. Next, other option, you can able to run this using command prompt also. Yes, we can do it command prompt through. How to run this command prompt through? Go to command prompt. This is just normal operating system command prompt. Go to command prompt and open it. Now you can see this is what command prompt. Okay, let me increase the font size of my command prompt for showing clearly. So I'm going to resize my command prompt, and layout also I'm taking like 15, and width is something.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I'm not getting your voice. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you to on your mic. Mr. Srinu, can you please on your mic? Now it's okay?
Sir, am I audible to you now?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm getting.
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you. Sorry for this delay. Actually, I was stuck somewhere. Really sorry.
No issues, no issues.
did I mean missed any important thing or?
Can you please keep mute from your side? I'm
Yes,
getting
sure,
noise.
sure. Yeah, could you please just brief quickly what you have covered till, until now?
No problem. No need to read, then follow this, and I'll show you. This video will be available in our YouTube channel. I'll show you how to go through watch that. So
Okay, sir, sure.
after completion of class, I will assist you how to do it.
Sure, sure.
Meanwhile, it will keep. Yeah. Now you can see I'm changing my width and height of the window and click on it. Now you can see we got this clear font size increasing. Now how to execute this? Look at here, Python space. You have to pass command Python space. Your program name is what actually? Python space test.py. Python space test.py. Is it correct? So it's not. Sorry for that. So let's try to run this. Just wait. Now go to command prompt. So you can see this here. Python is command actually, and wait a minute. I just somewhere it is. Just give me 1 second. Please hold on. Please hold on, and I'll be back within 2 minutes. Yes, yes. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now I have some call. That's what. Now you can see. Just wait, Alan. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yes. Now you can see we are in interactive mode actually. We yes, yes. We done interactive mode. So how to write code in interactive mode, and we prepared script mode also. So our file is available here, test.py. Just now I have shown how to run this test.py in using IDLE software. And we can also run this code in command prompt. So let's go to run and cmd. And you can see here I'm saying that your file is available in desktop actually. So you have to move to desktop actually. Let me change the size of this window. Font size I'm increasing 28, and layout will be like this 100, and width is just 20. And now let's see. Here you can see your file is located in desktop actually. We have to move to desktop here. How to move desktop? CD space desktop only. And press enter. Automatically you'll be able to see this desktop. And your file name is test.py. So you have to pass the command. So python space. Your file name is what actually test.py. Then you got output clearly. Hello Durgasoft. Hello Hyderabad. It's come. Okay. Yes. And even you can go for py space test.py also. Py space test.py. So now we got this output clearly here. Py or Python. You can pass the command and your file name with .py. Happily you can able to work on it like this. We got this output. So write a script and run the script into two different ways. One way is command prompt, another way is using IDLE software, Python IDLE. So without going interactive mode and without writing code in script mode, and why don't we go for directly IDLE? Yes, we can go for directly IDLE also. How to go to IDLE software? There we can prepare a new file. You can see this IDLE and click on IDLE. Click on IDLE. After this, you can see. After this, you can see. I don't want to write here code. I need to prepare a new file. How to prepare a new file? Go to File, and you can see New File option is there. If you have already file, then you can go to Open. But I would like to create a new file here. Just click on New File, and you'll be able to write code here in this untitled window. And let me write code here. Just I'm printing a equals to 100, b equals to 200, and to print sum is print open bracket sum is a plus b. I want to do this. This is my code. After writing code in this window directly, which I selected a new file through Python IDLE, then you must and should save this file. Without save, if you run directly, you can see this, it will not allow you to run. So save before run or check. Source must be saved. Okay to save. So I'm just clicking on OK to save. And again, I'm choosing desktop. Okay, here my file should be present. And test1.py now. Test1.py. Py is a Python extension. After that, click on save it. Once you save it, then it immediately runs. Sum is 300, it's coming. So this is one more option here. You can come to IDLE, create a new file, and type any type of code and complete program, and make sure that save with the .py extension and run it directly by going to run and click on module only, run module only. So this is one option here. Okay. So option number one is script mode. Sorry, option number one is interactive mode. Option number two is script mode. Write code in Notepad and save with the .py and load it into command prompt or load it into IDLE. Option number three is directly you can come to Python IDLE software and click on file menu, click on new file and write the code here and save with the and go to run and run module. Run module like this one. Okay. So these three options are there. But actually in our class, I'm not going to follow any one of these options. Okay. I'll not write code using IDLE. I'll not write code in script mode. I'll not write code interactive mode. Just for knowing. So I'll always write code in PyCharm only. This is the most powerful editor for Python beginners. So now, from now onwards, I'll write complete code, Python related code, whatever the topics I'm going to explain, that all topics code I'm going to write in PyCharm editor sir here. Okay, PyCharm is the editor actually. It is most powerful editor, and how to download and install PyCharm editor, how to prepare project in PyCharm editor, how to run this, I'll discuss now. But make sure that if you want to work with PyCharm editor also, first of all, you must and should install Python software. So once we install Python software, then only you can go for, then after you can go for PyCharm editor installation. Right now, I have already PyCharm editor software in my computer, but how to download it and how to install it, I'll show you just a way. So PyCharm editor now. Let's go to Google. Let's go to Google and type download PyCharm, download PyCharm, download PyCharm. And you can see there is official website www.jetbrains.com and click on download PyCharm IDE, professional editor, all those things. Once we click on this link, download link, you'll be able to see the two options here. Option number 1 is professional editor. Option number 2 is community editor, community version. So look at here, professional for both scientific and web Python development with HTML, JavaScript, and SQL support. Those who wants to develop web applications using HTML, JavaScript, and SQL support and using Python programming language code also, then for them I recommend professional editor to download. But make sure that this is a free trial version. Only 30 days evaluation period is there. Once you cross 30 days, then you need to take license from JetBrains community. Okay, PyCharm editor is designed and developed by JetBrains community only. Okay, and this community version is there. It is for pure Python development. Those who are working with only Python code, core and advanced Python programming language, not Django web applications. Then you can go for download this free and open source, or it is free and open source. I'm just clicking on downloading, and you will be able to get PyCharm community.exe file. Download .exe file you will get. Once you will get .exe file here, you have to install it. But actually, it is taking a lot of time to download this PyCharm community.exe. So let it be download. 366 MB is around it is there. It takes 3 to 4 minutes time it will take. But once you download this .exe, you just simply go to PyCharm community.exe in download folder, okay, and double click on it. Once you double click on it, it will ask you 3 times next, install it. That's it. Nothing to do in the middle. No need to activate anything. No need to deactivate anything. Just the 3 times we can click on next, install it. And wait for 2 minutes. Then your PyCharm editor will be ready. After successful installation, you will get a successful installation message. After that, you have to go to search option in your computer and open PyCharm editor. Okay. So right now I have PyCharm editor in my computer. Yes, it's there. Okay, you can go to search and type PyCharm. So look at here, PyCharm community edition is available here. You just click on it. Once you click on it in your computer for the first time when installation, then you will be able to get a PyCharm community editor window. There it will be give an option called create project, open project, like that. You have to create your project for the first time. Once we create project, after that we can add any number of Python files into your project. Okay, project creation is compulsory. But so when in my computer, whenever I am going to click on this PyCharm community edition, and recently with what project I work, with what project I handle in PyCharm editor, that project is going to be load. But in your case, it's not. Okay, so for the first time when we download and install, immediately you'll get some blank window, and it will ask you to create a new project in PyCharm editor. Okay, new project in PyCharm editor. So just wait, I'll show you. It is downloading file. Yeah. Please carry on. Yes, tell me what is your question.
Sir,
Right?
you said like when we wanted to do development with Django, then we need to go for professional edition. So, but now we install the, the community edition, right? So,
Yeah.
like, are we not eligible to do the UI development with this PyCharm using the community edition?
It's possible, but not that much of flexibility. Okay, it's possible, undoubtedly, we can do it, but
Yeah,
not
because
that much of flexibility because there are a lot of web development files built in available in PyCharm Professional Editor. So many options we have, libraries we have. So it's
okay.
not available in PyCharm Community Editor. Later we have to install it. Explicitly how to install more things for web development. That's the reason I
Uh,
recommend Professional Editor.
when we start learning this Django
Django.
architecture, so you will make us to install community edition?
No, now I'll go for Professional Editor at that time. Right now, I'm going to completely first 45 days. I'm going to deal with our core and advanced Python programs. So that's enough for me, community editor. Even you can
Okay,
write professional editor also. You can write our Python code. No issues at all.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Later we'll go for professional editor. So difference is for Django web development application, there are some built-in folders and files and settings and all those things will come by default with professional editor. In
Mm-hmm.
Python community version, you have to do explicitly all those things. Manually, you have to do that. That is the problem. Otherwise, you can
Okay,
do it, no issues at all. So
okay.
our PyCharm community editor is ready. Now you can see when we go to this and download folder, you have PyCharm community editor here. Once you double click on this PyCharm community editor software, and it will ask you to do installation proceedings. Now you can see it is asking installation proceedings, but I'll not continue with this. Okay, I am not saying yes because in my computer already it is there PyCharm editor. We said no, and it will ask you to do proceed all those things here. But you can proceed it just by clicking on next, install it. So within few minutes, your PyCharm editor will be ready. Ready, after successful installation, you can go to search and PyCharm and click on PyCharm Community Edition. Okay, I have two software in my computer. One is professional is there and PyCharm Community Edition is there because in the other batches I'm dealing right now Django applications also. For that I am using this PyCharm professional, and here core and advanced Python purposes generally for my convenience I'm using PyCharm Community Editor. Let's open it. As I said that for the first time when we open PyCharm Community Editor, recently, with what project I worked, that project is going to open. But in your case, it's not like that. Look at here, PyCharm Community 2021.1. Directly, it will prompt to project location. With what project I worked previously, that project is going to prompt. And I would like to create a new project right now. Let it be create. Project is containing lot of files. Any number of Python files you can add it in once we create a project. So let's open it. It's opening now. It's loading Python project at 9 a.m. Here it is. This is my recent project, what I handled in this editor that's going to load. But actually, I'm not going to deal with this project right now. I'll create a new project for this batch. How to prepare a new project, you can see. Click on File menu in PyCharm editor. File menu. Okay, in PyCharm editor, you can click on File menu. It will ask you to create a new project. Click on New Project. You can give your project name. Here you can give your project name. Python project at 8:30 p.m. I'm giving. Okay, 8:30 p.m. This is my project name. After that, you just click on Create. That's it. Project location is G drive I'm giving, and click on Create. And it will ask you to already, which is one project is open here. Do you want to open in this window? Yes. Or else new window. Or else you want to attach this project, Python project at 8:30 p.m. to this project? No. I want to go with this window only. So I don't want to work with this one. Now it's opening now. So first initially it is creating virtual environment clearly. So once virtual environment creates successfully, then it will be ready for accepting creation of any files. So it takes few seconds to create virtual environment. Virtual environment is a separate environment for running this Python project at 8:30 p.m. So all files and folders are isolated from other environments. So you can clearly able to work in any number of files with this environment. Yes, just wait.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing. I can hear you.
Yeah, actually, my question is that actually I'm an absolute beginner. I don't have any knowledge of coding and programming. So I believe and I'm hoping that I will learn from the very basics, and I'm able to learn all this coding and this Python. So that is my query. Are you starting? You started from the very basics, right?
Yes, I am very basics only. I'm starting right now, so I have not entered anything, but very clearly I'm explaining everything from scratch. How to handle your software and how to make setup of your editors, how to write code and how to execute code. All the ways I'm showing. No need to get any confused here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Even if you miss anything in the beginning sessions, then I strongly suggest you to watch my videos. Actually, minimum 4 to 5 videos they'll upload from our institute end. So you can go to YouTube. Those who are new today, I'll also tell to them, just go to YouTube and type Durgasoft.
Okay.
Is this a
Yeah.
second class or what?
This is second class. Yesterday only I have started. This is the second class actually. I can see Durgasoft YouTube channel. You can go to.
But sir, I think this is my first class. So did I miss?
Yeah, that's what. That's what. Yesterday it just started. Okay, so you can go to Durgasoft and click on playlist. And once you playlist, you can see yesterday video posted already. Python plus Django tutorial by Mr. Mohan at 8:30 p.m. AST. One video is uploaded, and this today's session video also they might be uploaded tomorrow morning. So you can go through it. At least 4 5 videos initially they'll upload. After that they'll stop. You can able to watch this video if you want to continue this. Anyway, after once you registered with us, then from my side I'll send all the videos, session 1, session 2, session 3, and along with material also. No need to worry about that.
Got it.
Yes, those who new, please watch my first video, and this is the second video also they might be upload, or else yes, you can do it. This after that I'll send these videos to your Google Drive also. No worries at all. And now we can see whenever we create a new project in PyCharm editor, Python project at 8:30 p.m. You can go to left hand side. There is no files are available, but by default one file will come that is called main.py. So main.py is a default file. Directly you can run it by clicking on here in the green arrow mark, or else you can go to run menu and click on run. So you will be able to get output hi PyCharm. This is already they have pre-written here. But apart from this main file, how to add a new file to this PyCharm editor with our project? To add a new file, so right click on Python project at 8:30 p.m. and go to new. There are two options are there. You can see file and Python file. What will be the difference if you select file and Python file? This is normal text file. Whenever you go through it while giving file name, you must and should mention .py extension. But when you go through this, you have already selected Python file, so no need to give extension while giving the name of the file. Just I'm giving test.py is optional here, not required, because you have selected already Python file. Then press enter your file name and look at your test.py is available. And the advantage of PyCharm editor, why I'm using means, you can see as soon as when we try to press something, try to enter something, printer, immediately the IntelliSense option is coming. So programmer will not get any confusion here. Directly you can able to capture from there by press entering. So I'm entering this and just click on hello. So automatically that, for example, if you declare one variable a, if you want to print a, then print function is automatically is available in IntelliSense. That a also is available in the IntelliSense. This is a is already declared in my editor. It's coming in IntelliSense. So I can search it in this box and you can get at least some basic idea how to access that. So this option is available in PyCharm editor. It's completely very well GUI, graphical user interface. Easily we can handle your projects and folders and everything in this editor. But how I can run this my test.py file? To run this test.py file, then go to right click on this test.py tab and just click on run test. Now you can see in the bottom corner there is a console editor is there. This is output window. So you got this your result here. If you do some mistakes, for example, wantedly I'm not closing the bracket properly, and when we execute this, then you can see you'll get an error here. Error is also showing in the error list. Syntax error is coming here. That syntactically you might be wrong. So let's close it and again run this one. And you can see you can go to run menu and run test also. And like this, you can add any number of files. Now go to new and Python. Again, one more file I'm adding, test1, then press enter. So now you can see a value 10, b value 20. Print a plus b, I want to do this directly. Print function. Here, print compulsory how to use. To display some output in the output window, print function is required to use. Here 30 values. And what is data type? Int. Is it correct way? No, it's not correct way. Because it is a dynamically typed programming language, Python is. But it will not allow you to define any data type while declaring variable. But if you want to know what type of data type, here also, then we can use type of a. Print type of a. A type is what? Integer type. Like this. You can able to manage your files and project folders into this PyCharm editor. From today onwards, I am going to use this PyCharm editor. I'll explain all Python concepts, including Django concept, in this PyCharm editor only. This is the way to make setup of PyCharm editor. Okay, so this is about today's session. In the last session, just I discussed complete theoretical part. Okay, this is I discuss what is Python, why Python, what kind of applications we can develop using Python, what are the features and version, and some small history. And today I started just how to write Python code and execute using interactive shell, using script mode, using ideally using PyCharm editor. Okay, so for more clarity, watch this video in our YouTube channel. They'll upload by tomorrow, I think so. And first and second videos you can watch those who are new to this session. And anyway, after once you registered with us, you will get these videos to your Google Drive with material, no worries at all. Okay, so that's it for today. And from my side and from your side, any questions you can ask me now. I'll be ready to clarify your doubts. And make sure that this is completely Python and Django. Total Python plus Django, if you join as a package, then it will take 3 months to complete. 45 days first complete core and advanced Python, and next 45 days Django, web application development. And as per your requirement, you can decide it. You need only Python programming language, go with 45 days. First 45 days is enough. And you want to become a full-fledged Python developer, full stack web developer with Python, then go for Django and Python. That is a package. Option is your choice. Okay. Other than this, any questions from your side, you can feel free to ask me. I'm ready to clarify.
So what is the charges of Python plus Django?
The charges I know, but this is not right place to disclose. It's not
Oh, sorry. I thought you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not my part. Then you can consult our team. Anyway, from our team,
Sure,
you will get clear mail. You will get, so they will disclose the information.
Yeah, of course.
Do you also take classes on Saturday, Sundays?
Yeah, coming to the classes, Monday to Saturday classes will regularly happen except Sunday. Sunday there won't be any class. Monday to Saturday.
And what is
sir,
the duration?
Duration, that's what I'm saying. Total Python package, if we take Python plus Django,
No,
3 months.
I mean daily duration of the class, 2 hours or 3 hours.
No. 1 hour only. Completely 1 hour.
Okay.
8:30
Okay,
p.m.
got it.
to 9:30 p.m. exactly.
Sir, one last question. So, is this the time fixed? Is there anywhere where you
No
can
change.
prepone an hour? I mean, like based on the others' flexibility. Is this the? I mean, like it's 8 7. How much is 7
Exactly.
p.m.?
No. Actually, it's highly impossible for me
Okay.
because uh, uh, before and after there is, I can able to what we can say 8:30 to 9 I can make it, but 8:30 below I cannot make it because I have
Oh,
all classes in the evening sessions. So this slot is only uh, free slot for me. So remaining morning and evening, every slot is completely engaged with other batches. That's what I asked them to uh, create a new batch in this slot only 8:30 to 9:30. This is my last session of the day.
okay, sir. Yeah, this should be okay.
Uh, this is fine. This time will never change up to 3 months. Fixed time.
Okay, sir.
Any questions? And moreover, if you have, you can attend regularly sessions, and I'll send regularly videos, daily basis videos and complete material. In case in any problem in the middle of the sessions, if you drop or according to your convenient time constraint or else any other problems, no worries at all. If you can attend, I'll allow you at any time or any batch of mine. I'll allow you to again. No issues at all.
Sir, is this because I think like this is my second session. I'm like trying to take your class because I just wanted to have a session from your side. So is this batch is going to get continue forward because they say like since there are no attendees taking place, they are not going to continue the batch and all. So we
No.
just need confirmation from your end so that if this batch is going to continue further, we can pay the. I mean, like I can pay the fee and take the session from your side.
Undoubtedly. So from my side, I'm saying, okay. So no single batch I cancelled from my side due to some low strength. Okay, that's not a matter. So
Okay, you'll continue
I
it,
have
right?
undoubtedly. Even if you
Oh,
join only one, then I'll continue for sure. It's for sure.
okay. Yeah,
No
okay, sir.
matter.
Yeah, because
Because as I
I've been, I think if you can remember me, I have taken .NET classes from you, sir. So I'm like really impressed by the way you taught me. So I just want to take the Python also from you, the same person. So I wanted to join your class.
okay, no problem. Undoubtedly. Thanks for that. But you are my .NET student.
Yeah. So I work on .NET, but I was pushed into a new Python project, so I decided like to take class from it.
No, undoubtedly. Always welcome. No problem.
Yeah.
You know already about my classes, all those things. No worries at all. Even if you
Yeah.
join one person also, and actually in my batch, minimum 8 to 10 people, undoubtedly they'll join, no doubt at all. Even 4 to 5 also I can handle. As a trainer,
Yeah.
my responsibility that is because your trust is very important. You trust and join. That's what I should not disturb your schedules. For sure,
Yeah.
undoubtedly I should take the session.
Okay, sir.
So that's what I'm saying. No batch cancellation from my side. Even one,
Okay.
or two, or three, or any number, I'll take. I'll take. That's my responsibility.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Any question, Mr. One more guy is asking the question. Tell me, Sinu. Yeah, please go on. Go ahead, please. Mr. Sinu, if you have any question, please.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me, please.
Yeah, I do have one question. I thought first I will take the Python core in advance. Once I be satisfied, or if I wanted to learn the Python D Django, later I can avail this course for Django also.
Yeah, you can. No doubt at all.
Okay,
First, let it
same
come.
class continued.
Same. Actually, Can you please, yeah. See, the thing is, first initially you can take Python only. After that, you can also join whenever I announce batch of Django. Then you can join. You can pay and join. That's it. No matter it is.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So the videos, whatever you are going to provide, will be lifetime free or some 1 year validation or 2 year validation like that?
Can you please? Lifetime, undoubtedly lifetime. Even some
Okay.
cases you download option also. But I'll think once download option all those things. Okay, lifetime you can able to watch it anytime. No issues at all. It's not a big deal for.
Okay, got it. From tomorrow, that this session will start, right? These 2 days is only for demo, right? From tomorrow, it is going to the base will start, right?
No, already started. This also you can count it. First session over, second session over. Tomorrow third session will be continued from here onwards.
Oh, I just convinced that these 2 days is demo so that you can join and all. I thought, okay,
Demo
okay,
means
got it.
it's not other part actually. It is a subject only. So I'll not repeat it again. That demo session.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So that's what I'm asking. Last session, yesterday's session, and today's session. Even you can watch in tomorrow morning. They'll upload in YouTube channel. Then better to watch and continue with third session. That will be more understandable.
Yeah, so if it is possible, could you please say that YouTube channel in this chat box? I don't have that link.
From your side,
Okay.
yeah. Just for avoid noise cancellation. This is my lot of videos are there. My old batches and Django batches also. You can search it, no issues at all. But I'll save this link. Your Python software is better. But how I can share this link to you? Okay, here it is there.
The chat window.
Yeah, I know that. But yes, I'm searching for link. Actually. No problem. Link is there, and I said that you can go through it.
Any projects are going to be discussed after this course?
Yes, Django. In Django, we'll discuss project.
I mean, one or two or depend.
It depends on. It depends on. I'll show you complete just project with complete full-fledged design with connectivity of database, all those things, MySQL, SQLite, MBT pattern, all those things. In Django, we'll discuss, not here. But Python is must for Django development.
Sir, whatever the classes you are going to take, that will be uploaded simultaneously with parallelly on YouTube.
No, only few sessions. First demonstration and promotional purpose. Then four or five videos they'll upload.
Okay.
Not continuously.
Okay, got it.
Daily so
Yeah.
many batches we are going to handled by different faculties. Just for few basic sessions they'll upload, and after that you have to join. If they'll upload, then no need to come to here. No, you can watch from YouTube only.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Yes. Okay, fine. So it's time to leave. Have a nice time. Thanks for attending. So see you tomorrow. Same link and at same time.
Thank you, sir.